Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday. What day is today? Monday, November 7th. Nope, not November 7th. November 9th. Wow. And I'm afraid. I'm still afraid. I'm afraid because it's now time for me to find another job and find a job. And I'm afraid because I don't think I can take any more abuse and negativity, and I can't, and I'm afraid for that because I mean, how many times can you allow that to happen in how many different ways and not, handle it? So I guess I have to think of it this way, that God creates these situations because he wants you to complete that level. It's like a game that you would play on your phone. And currently I'm playing Best Fiends, which is an app from the Play Store. But, you know, I have to think of it that way, that the reason that it keeps happening and is happening so back to back is God wants me to accomplish and win at that level. And it's it's scary to me. And at first I was like, well, and the reason I'm mentioning it is because um, I didn't feel like I was procrastinating before, but now I feel like, everything pretty much is done to a level where, that's the next step. But I feel like, I know that I'm afraid, and I can't really have the opportunity to be afraid because this is November. It's American holiday coming up, Thanksgiving. So I can't really afford to be afraid. I have to kind of jump right in. But I do not want to permit myself to be treated that way again. And speaking of jobs, on one of my apps, I'm very open about a lot of things. I would be open here too, but what'll end up happening is I'll get up, I end up getting blocked because I'm very open and natural and all that good stuff. And by the way, I got exercise last night. It was really good. And I also got mosquito bites all over me from exercising last night. But I'm very open about a lot of things. And on one of my sites, not a video site, but just where you post stuff, um, sometimes I have it blocked where I can't receive notes or messages from people that I haven't given props to or that type of thing. And sometimes I don't. I guess at this point I had it blocked, and this person posted a comment on one of my statuses, and he made it clear that he knew me. He called me by name, and my full name isn't on there, just out of convenience. And I was just like, what? You know? And he turned out to work at a place that I was at for a pretty good length of time when you look at, the way that I go from job to job. And he and I'm gonna say this, part of the issues with me because I don't have friends and family. It's like when somebody shows any familiarity, I'm just happy to, have a quote unquote in my mind friend. It's like for me, I automatically go into friend mode, and these people are not your friends, and you know that because they've shown you. Like, one thing that Oprah said is when people tell you are, who they are, trust you the first time, trust them the first time, and it's just like, if you're in a situation, and the situation at that job I understood because it was so much negativity and so hard in your face. Like people were trying to run me over literally, and even somebody I think on the sneak tip called the equal employment place for discrimination or whatever, because I got discriminated against in every way possible, but I was too stupid to do anything. I was hoping they would just correct their ways. People don't do that. But I understood that not everybody, people didn't speak up, but people did speak up by not joining in. I was bullied. Well, attempted to be bullied. I didn't really succumb to it. Up to the point of termination, that was a result of the bullying too. Just blatant, just outright. Um, this one particular person seemed to be pretty decent and seemed to have a kindred spirit. I think he had a crush on another girl that tried to befriend me, but then when the peer pressure of everybody started talking, she joined in, so I didn't want anything else to do with her. So this person, um, we exchanged information, and I think, again, like I said, as open as I am, I'm honest about a lot of things, ranging from just everything that I feel, think, everything. And so I shared something with this person that may have turned off the good switch and turned on the bad switch, the the sweet kind switch and turned on the bad switch. And when you turn on that switch, that person doesn't have any respect. And maybe not blatantly, but again, just like the way my mom kind of disowned me, it's obvious enough for you to know what the message is. And so the person reached out and contacted me via that site, but I don't think they were reaching out to contact me. They were reaching out to put alert, to other people that are his friends or whatever, that, this is here, this is where she is, and for him to have something to talk about. Because with this person, from what I knew, and it looks like some things have changed from what he shared with me about his life and what he posts, that, he wasn't really part of the popular, group. He was a nice person, but not really, in the mix of everything. And so he used, that communication to kind of have something to talk about with them so they could bond on that level. And and I didn't know that. I was just so happy. Oh, this person knows me from this place, and obviously they saw past whatever and saw the good, and they're reaching out, to make friends. That's what I thought. Not true at all. So, or either it was true, and because of my openness, they were just like, no way. But it's just, it scares me because I know that when I go to the next job, that it's gonna be the same thing. That because I don't have family, I don't have friends. The first thing that I'm gonna do is reach out, you know, and I'm gonna use it to boost my self esteem again. And then somebody's gonna do or say something that I don't agree with, and then I'll draw back, and then I'll end up getting hated. And that's how it kind of ends up. But so I'm just sharing that. I do have a fear of this job thing. But I have to get started. I have no choice. I'm going to take a shower. I don't know what to do with my hair. It's even worse because last night, like I said, I exercised. So it's sweat and bad conditioner and all that other good stuff. So I don't know, maybe that's one of the things that I'll go do today is get some other conditioner. Also, with me exercising and stuff, I'm going to have more dirty clothes because sweat and all that. And it's so funny because last night I didn't take a shower after I exercised because it was too late. I didn't want to wake anybody up. And, I still don't like to use that other bathroom because it still smells like whatever. But this morning when I woke up, because I didn't take a shower and because I took off my clothes, which were literally, I worked out for like maybe 2 hours, so I was drenched. My clothes were wet with sweat, literally wet sweat. And when I woke up, it smelled like sweat in here. So, yeah. So, I just need to get on the grind. The way it was, I had 2 loads, but with me exercising, because I'm going to be exercising because I'm fat beyond belief, beyond belief now, to the point where I feel it. Like yesterday, I don't think I ate a whole lot. I mean, I think I had some ravioli. I had some lemon dill tuna dip with some tortilla chips. I had a kimchi fritter, and I had um, some ribs that I made with pork fried rice, for lack of a really pork sautéed rice, and some kimchi. But because I've been eating so much, during the past few weeks, it's like the food was right up here. Even when I was exercising, I could like it was felt like it was coming up. But so um, need to do a better job at that. There's nothing to it, I guess, but to do it. I need to work on my appearance. Like I said, and I'm gonna start taking selfies daily, like full body selfies outside, so that I can see, what the deal is. Because when I'm outside, I'm not in my comfort zone. And the reason why is because there's so much different energy from so many different people coming at you. And and it does affect your comfort zone. It affects your appearance because your spirit, your energy, your facial expression changes because you're obviously, like for me, I can't hide anything. You're obviously uncomfortable. So I think it's cheating when I take my selfies when I'm alone, when I'm at peace. It's okay to do that, but I need to take them when I'm out and about, you know, the sun shining in my face, me squinting up, and all that good stuff. So, and my hair, I'm not going to be flat ironing it or anything like that. It's gonna be curly, but I need to. Uh, I don't know what's going on. I guess it's tired of being curly, or it realizes that my conditioner sucks. So it's, doing this thing. My hair does go through phases, as many of you with curly hair know. So naturally Afro curly hair. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna, clean up, fix my bedding, and take a shower, and hopefully, um, I'm not gonna exercise right now, but I am gonna take a shower, and maybe I will. Maybe that's the way I should start my day, to exercise and kind of clear, my mind and stuff like that. But and my body, because it's just so fat. I mean, really, it's like I feel like a big lard, like literally Crisco. I feel like a greasy. That's how my body feels, greasy. But anyhow, good morning.